When I was accused of being an unfaithful wife, no one asked me what's the difference between marrying a man who takes marriage as an experiment and a widow. My name is Katie. At this moment, my heart is like being pinched by an invisible hand and nervous to the extreme. Charlie and I were having a date at home, immersed in the moment of happiness. Suddenly, the sound of the door turning came. My blood instantly solidified. I looked at Charlie with fear. He was also panicking. The door was turning, but it was not opened. Then the sound of footsteps went away. I knew it was my husband, Walter. He must have found our scandal. At this moment, it was like a lightning that shattered my seemingly peaceful life. I was in London in the 1920s. I was busy with various dance and social events every day. Youth faded away in the wind. I longed for love, but I couldn't find the one who could make my heart flutter. Until that night, the wheel of fate began to turn. I met Walter. He was a silent doctor. He was introverted and totally different from the humorous and sociable men around me. Desiring my mother's urge and the desire to get rid of being single, I still chose to marry Walter. After the wedding, we came to Shanghai. At first, life was still peaceful. But as time went by, I felt that Walter was boring. He was busy with military studies all day and left me alone at home. Loneliness drowned me like a tide. At this moment, I met Charlie. He was handsome and cool. He was like a ray of light that shone into my dark life. We quickly fell in love. I thought I had finally found true love. I completely forgot that he was a divorcee and forgot that I had a husband. We enjoyed the excitement and happiness of love, but we couldn't help it. Walter still found my soulmate. At that moment, I saw the pain and anger in his eyes, but nothing could be done about it. Walter gave me two choices: either go to the remote faraway city with him or let Charlie divorce me. I looked forward to finding Charlie. I hoped that he would give up everything for me. But reality was cruel. Charlie refused to forget me for the sake of his reputation and career. At that moment, I finally realized how stupid and selfish Charlie was. I had no choice but to follow Walter on his journey to Metaverse. When I first arrived at Metaverse, the scenery here shocked me. The hot and humid climate and the deathly streets were full of patients who were tormented by chaos. I devoted myself to my protest work. I shut down the polluted water source. I tried to lure the water source into the city and try to control the epidemic, but I felt so helpless in this strange and terrible place. By chance, I walked into a hospital run by a French nun. Here, I saw the selfless dedication of the nuns. They took care of the patients and orphans. I was moved by their spirit and asked to stay to help. I started to take care of the infants and change their diapers and tell them stories. As I got along with the children, I gradually found the meaning of life and became stronger. At the same time, my relationship with Walter was also changing. We started to communicate more. I saw his kind and brave side, and my opinion of him gradually changed. I used to think he was just a boring nerd, but in this difficult environment, I found that he had an extremely firm belief and a noble soul. However, fate didn't seem to let us go. I found myself pregnant. I wasn't sure if Walter was the father or Charlie. I told Walter about it. Although he seemed to be calm, I could feel his pain and struggle. He was like a time bomb that could destroy our fragile relationship. At that time, the epidemic was getting worse and the refugees in other cities became more difficult to control. Walter struggled day and night to fight the epidemic. His body and spirit were under great pressure. Unfortunately, he was infected with the disease. Looking at Walter, who was getting weaker day by day, my heart was filled with endless pain and regret. I stayed by his bed and wiped his sweat. I hoped I could do something for him, but nothing could be done. Walter still left me. His departure made me feel extremely lonely. At the same time, it made me reflect on my life. I realized how vain and stupid I used to be and missed the one who truly loved me. After Walter died, I came back to the human world with a complicated feeling. Here I met Charlie again, but at that time, he couldn't stir up the waves in my heart. After so many experiences, I was no longer a silly girl who blindly pursued love. I saw Charlie's true face and realized that true love is not a momentary passion, but mutual understanding, respect, and sacrifice. Friends, if you enjoyed this story, don't forget to give the video a like and subscribe to the channel for more stories like this. Do you want me to also make it a little more cinematic, storytelling tone to match the painted veil mood?